Today we're building this Campagnolo race triple derailleur. This also applies to the Record Mark III. They're pretty much the same thing, except by a different name. Some tools you're going to need are some Allen keys, a pick, and some pliers. Alright, now over here with the B-knuckle, there's this tiny little clip. You want to push it out a little bit and grab your pick and just take it off. There we go. Now this is just a little washer. Go ahead and pop it off. Now all you have to do is lift it up over this tab and it'll just spring out and it slides out. Easy as that. Grab your spring. Wow, it's a big spring. Now grab this little plastic seal and take it off. And for the P-knuckle, it's pretty much the same thing. Find the little hole in the middle of the clip and just pull it off. Now you want to see this tab, and all you want to do is just pull it towards you. It'll spring out like that. Push out the bolt. And grab your spring. You also have a little seal here, but you can leave it in if you want. Alright, now this thing is fully taken apart, except for the parallelogram. You can take it apart if you want. There's a tiny little flathead screw right there, and there's this thing which you push out, and the spring goes with it in there. I wouldn't recommend doing it now. Maybe like if once this thing turns 50 years old, you could try doing it. But if it moves smooth, it moves smooth. So. Alright, so for cleaning, I like to use some cleaner or degreaser. Make sure if you're using brake cleaner, stay away from the plastic parts. And if you have any rusty parts, you can go ahead and just soak them in vinegar. And also for the pulleys, if there's big chunks of dirt, just get a pick and just pick them off. And also you can take out the little bushings in here. They could be pretty hard, but I love this design with the two ridges. It makes it spin super smooth, especially with the bronze bushing as well. And in my case, I'm using this ultrasonic cleaner, and all I'm using is water and some dish soap. Alright, now everything is all nice and cleaned down. I also polished up this stainless steel cage with some of this AutoSol stuff, and I polished up this bolt over here with some Quick Glow. I don't recommend trying polishing this because it's all clear coated as well as the cage. But yeah, another thing you're going to need for assembly is grease. Alright, so you want to start off by greasing up the P-knuckle, then grab your spring, and actually unlike Shimano derailleurs, it doesn't matter which way you put it in because both sides are exactly the same. The spring lengths are the same on the ends, and yeah, they're not recessed in at all. So yeah, go ahead and just stick it in. And want to grab your bolt and put it through with a rotating motion, just like this. Now you want to go ahead and grab your P-knuckle like retaining bolt, and as you can see, there's two holes. The one on the left is the tighter one on the right is the looser one. I'm going to go with the looser one. So you want to get this tab all the way around behind here. So what you do is you grab this spot right here with the pliers, 45-degree angle, and go ahead and just twist it, push it down, and the bolt should come up. Okay, so this is actually one of the harder derailleurs to get it in because of this little ridge right here on the actual retaining thing. So what I like to do in this situation is grab two of your thumbs, rotate it, push it down, and then put it in the clip. I feel like it's a lot easier that way, if you have it on the looser setting, which I highly recommend. Go ahead and just put on your clip. And now for the B-knuckle, you want to make sure it's all nice and greased up in there. Both sides are exactly the same, so go ahead, find that little hole and stick it in. Alright, now grab your cage. You want to grease up the inside and the outside, and grab your little plastic washer, seal, whatever you want to call it. Slide it on and make sure it lines up with the hole in the cage. Then yeah, make sure the shaft is all nice and greased up, and grab your derailleur and slide the two together. Once the cage is on, you want to make sure it goes all the way flush. Now you want to grab the cage and rotate it counterclockwise. After it passes that little point right there, push it down and then put on your washer and your clip. Make sure don't forget your little moon-shaped washer. Then grab your little clip and slide it on. Alright, so the pulleys, you want to just grease up the inside of the bronze bushing just a tiny bit. And grab on your bushings, go ahead and slide it in. Then you want to grease up the inside of that one a little bit as well. And then put on your seals, and then put it on the cage. And grab your cage and screw it on. And for the tension pulley, it'll say a lower one. For this one, it says the upper one. And you want, for this side, you want the lettering facing up towards you, like this. Alright, so then just screw on your clamp bolt, put on your bell adjuster, put on your B limit screw, and you've rebuilt a Campy race triple derailleur. This is no regular Campagnolo derailleur. It has a longer cage, which means you can probably use it on like a gravel or a touring bike. Overall, this is a really nice, strong, well-built derailleur, except for the outer cage plate. It's made out of steel. It's super heavy and it kind of weighs down the whole thing. Shout out to Bike Exchange for lending me this project. They're a local non-profit shop here in San Jose. I'll have a link for them in the description. Make sure to go check them out and support them. So remember guys, if you have an old derailleur, don't replace it, just rebuild it. Thanks to anyone who subbed to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.